I'm actually a massive fan of the band, and I've met Chester a couple times. It's pretty horrific.
Stars react to the shocking news of Linkin Park frontman Chester Bennington's apparent suicide.
I've always thought I've been pretty good with people, and I've basically spent a conflict-free life.
Parole for O.J. Simpson. So what comes next for the disgraced football star?
Who were you closest to on set? Did you have
Regina, because most of my stuff was, we're with Regina, and she's so lovely.
Kate Walsh tells us all about joining an all-star ensemble in this weekend's Drillship movie.
Taylor Swift gets a pre-trial victory in her legal battle with the DJ who allegedly groped her.
Guys, did Johnny Depp pay $7,000 for a couch from Keeping Up with the Kardashians? We will explain.
And Andrew Zimmern is here live with some bizarre foods taste tests.
It's better than bacon. Sorry. Sorry, America.
Happy Friday, people.com and Facebook Live. We made it, guys. The weekend is here. We got a great show today. We're celebrating two big birthdays happening on Saturday. Instagram queen Selena Gomez and King Cutie himself, Prince George. What a duo. They are both celebrating birthdays this weekend. So our Facebook question of the day is, what is your favorite thing about Selena Gomez and Prince George? I mean, what's not to love about either of them? Let us know in the comments below. But first, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. Watch this.
I'm actually a massive fan of the band, and I've met Chester a couple times. It's pretty horrific. I don't really have, these things are always just pretty terrible.
That's Kingsman, the Golden Circle star Channing Tatum, opening up about the death of Linkin Park frontman Chester Bennington. Tatum also revealing how much the band's music meant to him when he was younger. Watch.
I was traveling at a time when they came out, and I forget which album it was, and I had like 4 CDs in like my bag with, this is like CDs, like so like it's like, so I had like 4 CDs and I was walking around Paris, and you know, just being an American, and then like I was alone, and I just remember like playing their album like over and over and over again. It was like my taste of home, keep me like kind of back, or just not in my head about being lonely or whatever, and so yeah, it's a shame, man.
An officer tells People law enforcement officials responded to an emergency call from Chester Bennington's home in Palo Verde Estates, California, around 9 a.m. Thursday. TMZ reports the 41-year-old hanged himself and was discovered by an employee. The rock frontman was a close friend of Chris Cornell, who also committed suicide by hanging in May. Bennington spoke at Cornell's funeral, and his body was found on what would have been the Soundgarden frontman's 53rd birthday. After Cornell's death, Linkin Park gave an emotional performance in his honor on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Kimmel was one of many celebrities who reacted to news about Bennington's tragic death on social media. The late-night host tweeting, "Chester was one of the kindest men I've had on my show. My heart breaks for his family and friends. He will be missed terribly." Justin Timberlake tweeted, "RIP to Chester Bennington and my sincerest condolences to his family, friends, and the Linkin Park family. Truly unique, humble frontman." In an Instagram post, Rihanna wrote, "Literally the most impressive talent I've ever seen live, vocal beast, hashtag RIP Chester." And The Rock tweeted, "So sorry to hear the news about Chester Bennington, sending so much love, strength, and light to his family, kids, Linkin Park, Ohana." Bennington leaves behind 6 children from 2 marriages, and our thoughts go out to his friends and family as well. If you or someone you know is considering suicide, please contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Now watch this.
I've always thought I've been pretty good with people, and I've basically spent a conflict-free life. You know, I'm not a guy that ever got into fights on the street and with the public and everybody.
After nearly 8 years in prison for a heist in a Las Vegas hotel, O.J. Simpson was granted parole Thursday as the hearing was broadcast live nationwide. The former NFL star will take a major step towards freedom on Sunday, October 1st, 2017, when he's released from prison. But what exactly does this mean for Simpson? Well, parole doesn't mean that he'll be free in a legal sense, but he'll be a parolee of the state of Nevada, and as a result, he'll be obligated to comply with numerous conditions while under supervision. Simpson will be required to meet regularly with the supervising parole officer and submit monthly reports on developments in his life. For instance, Simpson will be barred from changing his place of residence or traveling outside of the state of Nevada without first obtaining written permission from his supervising officer. Plus, he'll be subject to blood and breath tests for evidence of excessive consumption of alcohol. and he'll also need to immediately notify his supervising officer if he obtains any prescription drugs. Now, on top of that, Simpson must accept any reasonable cause searches by a parole officer of his body, car, and home. And if Simpson were to violate any terms of his parole, he would risk being ordered back to prison. Now, aside from a restricted life as a parolee, Simpson's financial status will remain tied to the millions of dollars he owes to the Brown and Goldman families after a jury found Simpson liable for the wrongful deaths of Nicole and Ron, ordering him to pay the families $33.5 million. But they've reportedly collected less than 1% of the owed amount, and it's unlikely the Goldman and Brown families will ever receive more than a small percentage of what Simpson owes them. Well, guys, Taylor Swift and her legal team had a pre-trial victory in her battle with the Denver DJ, David Mueller, who allegedly groped her during a 2013 meet and greet. The judge sanctioned the radio host for destroying multiple electronic devices containing key evidence in the case, according to the Denver Post. In the latest court docs obtained by the Post, the DJ admitted to destroying or losing the electronic devices. Mueller sued Taylor in 2015, claiming she cost him his job after her alleged groping claims. The DJ admitted Swift was groped, but blamed his boss. This led the judge to allow Taylor's attorney to question David about a 2-hour audio recording he taped during an interview with his boss the day before he was fired. The DJ gave multiple reasons for destroying the devices, including that he spilled coffee on his laptop's keyboard. The judge believes the recording is critical evidence in the case. According to court docs previously obtained by People, the DJ and his girlfriend were at a meet and greet with Taylor in 2013 when he, quote, intentionally reached under her skirt and groped with his hand an intimate part of her body. A date for the trial has been set for early August. Now moving on to this. Did Johnny Depp spend thousands of dollars on a couch from Keeping Up with the Kardashians? Well, that's what the Pirates of the Caribbean star's former managers are alleging in a new filing. According to the filing, Depp is refusing to reimburse his former business managers, TMG, for thousands of dollars in expenses that he and his employees allegedly racked up on a company credit card, including $7,000 to buy and store a couch from the set of Keeping Up with the Kardashians as a gift for his daughter, Lily Rose Depp. This is the latest court filing in a bitter court battle between Depp and his former business managers. Depp sued TMG in February for $25 million in a fraud lawsuit. TMG then filed a cross-complaint claiming the actor lived an ultra-extravagant lifestyle that often knowingly cost him in excess of $2 million per month to maintain, which he simply could not afford. The case is ongoing. But speaking to People about TMG's new filing, Depp's attorney, Adam Waldman, said the management company defied the judge's previous order to strike their allegations, and he said this is nothing more than another attempted character assassination of Mr. Depp. Stay on People.com for more on this case as it continues to develop.
I just want to know what the couch looks like.
So bizarre.
Yeah,
I know.
See a picture of the couch.
Me too. Was it worth it?
I know, maybe. It's a lot for a couch.
We will never know.
Let's check in with Facebook Live. Happy Friday. So Selena Gomez and Prince George share a birthday tomorrow. We want to know what your favorite thing is about either of them, or both of them.
All right, Ava says, I like Miss Gomez. The little Prince is one of my favorite people as well. Happy birthday to both.
Edward says, my favorite thing about Selena Gomez and Prince George is that they both have big, beautiful smiles.
They do.
They do. So cute.
Super cute.
Love his little hands like that.
Those adorbs. Keep the Facebook comments coming in. We are going to check in with you again soon, but first, Andrea, more trending news in Star Trek.
That is right, Jeremy. Well, we're kicking things off with a little Fashion Friday this morning in Star Treks. Kim Kardashian West is continuing her super sexy streak. The reality star stepped out Thursday for her BFF Beaumont creative director Olivier Rousteau's Los Angeles boutique opening, flaunting her very famous figure in a super cropped white top and high-waisted sparkling silver skirt. And with a slit up to her thigh, the transparent garment showed off plenty of skin for the mother of two. She paired the glittery ensemble with a tan pair of Kanye's Yeezy PBS heels. Once again, kept it simple with no jewelry. I don't know, is it just me or does Kim get better and better every day? She looks amazing. It's not fair. All right, moving on to this. Take a look. Former One Direction bandmate Louis Tomlinson is moving forward with his solo career, releasing a new urban-textured track titled Back to You. The first single in Tomlinson's upcoming debut solo album, the catchy tune follows the singer's successful 2016 hit with DJ Steve Aoki, Just Hold On, and features prominent names in the music business like Bebe Rexha and Digital Farm Animals. Although Tomlinson is ready for this next phase in his career, the 25-year-old singer opened up to Noisy about the influence of his One Direction family, recalling a time he performed on The X Factor days after his mother died from leukemia. All 4 of his bandmates traveled to support him at the show, the singer telling Noisy, "All the boys came to support me, and I didn't know until a couple hours beforehand. It wasn't one of those stupid blank celebrity things where it's like, let's all get in the picture and put it on Instagram and show everyone that we're best mates. We didn't even put it online. There are always those little things that people don't hear about." Although the band has been on a bit of a hiatus, Tomlinson says they're all still close, explaining, "I think it was obvious to everyone that we were always 5 best mates on the road. It was real nice. And as time went on, we all began to understand each other. There were often misconceptions, but we're all such good mates." Well, love to hear that. Now watch this.
You know, I have a 16-year-old, a 19-year-old, and a 25-year-old at home. So their viewing habits are almost anthropological. You know, it's a great study to be able to see how they still go to the movies on Friday and Saturday night, and they watch Netflix all week. You know, so it's 2 completely different experiences.
Well, gotta love hearing Will Smith's opinion on that one. The A-lister stopped by Comic-Con on Thursday to discuss his new role in Netflix's upcoming fantasy thriller, Bright. Will, who plays a racist cop paired with a mystical creature as his partner, opened up about the changes in the industry, explaining how social media and greater access to celebrities affect the larger-than-life personas of movie stars today. Watch.
You almost can't make new movie stars anymore. Right, it's like, because there's a certain amount of privacy, and there was a certain amount of distance that you had from the audience, and only on July 4th did you have access. So that amount of access created this bigger than life kind of thing. But in the shift into this new world, it's almost like a friendship, like with the fans. The relationship is, you know, less like the time of Madonna, Michael Jackson, you know, when you could make, you know, the Tom Cruise, these gigantic figures, because you can't create that anymore.
Really interesting points there. Love Will Smith and cannot wait to see the new film. All right, guys, now watch this.
Just watching that creature come, I mean, 6 to 12 inches from my face and basically cover my body as I'm laying on the bottom of the floor. It was wild. There were a lot of expletives that came out just out of excitement from my mouth over the walkie-talkie system, but just an experience that I'll never forget. And I've actually been thinking I've wanted more tattoos, and I think I'm gonna get something related to a shark now. I don't know if it's a hammer or white, but something is going to be on the body next.
That's Olympic gold medalist Michael Phelps revealing his plans for a brand new tattoo in honor of his upcoming Shark Week appearance. The world-class swimmer will dive back into the water to take on his most fearsome opponent to date, a great white. Although the swimmer didn't race side by side with the deadly animal, a competition was set up in order to see who could swim 100 meters the fastest. Check out what Phelps had to say about some of his other special tats and why racing with sharks deserves some permanent ink. Take a look.
The 2 that I have the Olympic rings, obviously very meaningful. And Michigan for me was a school I always wanted to go to, and also it was my first time away from home, kind of experiencing life on my own. So the tattoos that I have are very special and very meaningful, and diving with the shark was something that it's been on my bucket list for years and years and years, and being able to check it off, I think now I'm ready to get a tattoo.
Very cool stuff. Phelps vs. Shark airs Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern on the first night of Discovery's Shark Week. All right, and a big happy birthday to one of our favorite pop stars, Selena Gomez. The Hands to Myself singer turns 25 this Saturday, and we cannot wait to see what she posts on Instagram to celebrate the milestone birthday. Selena holds the title of Instagram Queen with over 120 million followers. So in honor of the big day, we're taking a look back at all the times the star absolutely slayed Insta. Check it out.
Can't keep my hands to myself.
Gotta love our girl Selena. Happy early birthday.
Woo-hoo.
And those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, guys, stay with us. We've got Prince George's cutest moments ahead of his 4th birthday this weekend. And Bizarre Foods host Andrew Zimmern is back with some mystery dishes. Now, last time he brought raccoon, who knows what we'll be eating next? Stick around.
This is King Cutie in People. His Royal Highness Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge. These are George's parents, George's home, his Nana, the Queen, and his staff of 644 Englishmen. This is George's dog Lupo, who inspired his favorite book, The Adventures of the Royal Dog Lupo. One George will share now that he's a big brother. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
Today is the final day of Prince William, Princess Kate, Prince George, and Princess Charlotte's royal tour of Poland and Germany. They have been keeping busy with tons of activities, from pretzel making to boat racing, and today they are wrapping things up with a visit to the Maritime Museum to celebrate the joint UK-German Year of Science, which is focused on the oceans. They're also heading to the Hamburg Symphony Orchestra for a special performance and a tour of the Airbus training facilities. A lot going on there for sure. The royal family getting home just in time for Prince George's birthday, which is July 22nd. A little later, we're going to be showing you some of, Little Prince's most adorable moments. There are many of them. But first, our Royals correspondent, Imogen Lloyd-Webber, is here to fill us in on some of their other trip highlights. Welcome, Imogen. It's so good to see you.
Good morning, Jeremy.
Let's dive into this. I was just saying how much fun that they have been having on this trip this week. What have been some of the standout moments as far as you're concerned?
The pair were obviously in Poland and Germany on a serious diplomatic mission, and their visits to Berlin's Holocaust Memorial and the Stutthof concentration camp in Poland will undoubtedly stay with them forever.
No doubt.
However, as you say, there have also been some lighter moments. Prince William did some spontaneous muscle flexing with some young fans.
Look how impressed they were.
I know, as we know that he and Princess Kate are fitness fans and extremely competitive. The royal couple faced off in a boat race between the twinned town of Cambridge and Heidelberg yesterday.
That is really awesome to get to do that. That's a lot of
Princess
fun.
Kate's team lost despite having an Olympic rower in her boat. They all ended up in a beer garden, so all's well that ends well there.
Makes everything all right.
Absolutely. Princess Kate stunned in a flowing green dress with a gorgeous bird print by German designer Markus Lüpfer for a reception Thursday night at Berlin's Palace, believed to be the last original dance hall in Berlin.
Oh, wow.
Kate changed out of her Supergar sneakers and into her go-to scalloped Prada sandals, which she also has in black, apparently.
Oh, good to know.
Kate and Will stared lovingly into each other's eyes during the glamorous reception, and Jeremy, the couple, even took in some house music during the event.
Literally, like, the most all-inclusive thing I've ever heard about them do.
Everything going on.
I hear they even ran into some Game of Thrones actors last night to kind of top everything off.
Small TV show, though, yeah. Prince William and Princess Kate met one of the actors from one of their favourite TV shows, Game of Thrones. It's German actor Tom Linsons, and reportedly the couple were asking him all about the show and were looking for spoilers.
I'm sure none were given.
The actor made sure to say to them exactly that. He couldn't tell them any spoilers. The royal duo revealed that they were big Game of Thrones fans back in April when they said they loved to watch with some takeout curry.
Why do people always try to get spoilers? And then it would ruin the show. Let's just enjoy the show together, everyone. Now, Princess Kate has been getting very friendly with the crowds during her royal trip, which is something Princess Diana, of course, was known for as well, Imogen.
Diana was all about making the monarchy more approachable and accessible. Her sons embody that philosophy, and it's natural that Princess Kate does too. She's a mum, so it's unsurprising she became the queen of hugs to young fans when she visited a Berlin children's charity. The German media has been calling Kate the new Princess of Hearts. I think that we should be admiring her for being her own woman and doing her own thing.
There you go, absolutely. Yeah. She is doing her, yes, of course, she's doing nice things that Diana also did.
Parallels, but
she is her own woman. Yeah. Thank you so much, Imogen. Speaking of Princess Diana, though, People magazine is celebrating her life and legacy 20 years after her death. The special tribute issue includes more than 100 photos of the People's Princess, including some adorable pics from her childhood. And there will be an upcoming special from People airing on ABC called The Story of Diana. The 4-hour event airs over 2 nights, August 9th and 10th. We're very excited for it, and we've got the preview trailer for that special right now. Take a look.
After my mother left, it was really the two of us growing up together alone.
She was the lonely child who became the most famous woman in the world.
Diana had no idea what she was stepping into.
Millions adored her, but true love eluded her.
You wanted somebody to just love her.
ABC and People magazine bring you untold stories from those closest to her.
When she was in private, she was in pieces.
The revelations were shocking.
The Story of Diana, the 2-night television event, starts Wednesday, August 9th on ABC.
This is Jennifer Lawrence in People. This is Jennifer photobombing Taylor Swift and Sarah Jessica Parker and Liam Hemsworth, proving that while we all love the fashion of the red carpet, it's people who steal the show. People. The details make the story.
tripas. The small intestines of a cow are cleaned, fried to a golden crisp, and eaten with a corn tortilla topped with fresh salsa, or in this case, straight off the griddle. It's better than bacon. Sorry. Sorry, America.
Leave it to Andrew Zimmern. Here he is, the man, to find something that can top bacon. Apparently it's true. The Celebrity Chef is back. New season of Travel Channel's hit show, Bizarre Foods. Joining us live in studio along with some pretty interesting dishes. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you.
Nice to see you again. I know last time you were here, I had raccoon, which is actually really, really good.
I was so sad to miss it.
Yeah, so
We missed you.
kind of. So Jeremy,
food,
this is your first time trying these foods and not knowing what they are. Are you ready?
Nervous. I'm ready.
I know. Let's start with the first dish.
All right, so Tuesday night is the debut of our Texas show for the next season of. No, I'm just stirring this up.
Okay.
Oh,
I think. I mean, this is one of the bounties of the range as the Cowboys went on their cowboy trail, and they were moving horses and cattle up on the Chisholm from.
Lead in is already a lot for me.
Oh, no.
To take.
From San Antonio north, they obviously had to eat the whole animal, and they would butcher a calf almost every night at the chuck wagon, and then you ate all the different parts of it. And this is
cartilagey to me.
You're like very just fat.
Well, the first cowboys in the world they were Mexican. They were called the vaqueros, and their tradition dates back 1,000 years. And this is menudo, a tripe and foot stew that is sort of the classic dish of the trail. Feet and stomach. Feet and stomach.
Yeah, it tasted like stomach
enough
fat.
Salt and soup around it, everything's good for me.
I do want to ask you,
Yeah.
so this season on Bizarre Foods, you're traveling back in time to taste some of the forgotten foods of America's earliest pioneers.
Yep.
You've been everywhere.
Yep.
What about in the United States? What state had your all-time favorite meal?
Probably going down the Mississippi River. And it was, with a fisherman who hauled in 20, 40 fish a day and sold them door to door himself, a buffalo fish, something that nobody wanted to eat. Third generation fisherman. You're on the highway, you're just crossing rivers and you say, oh my God, that's beautiful. But when you get down on the water and you travel hundreds of miles down the Mississippi like Huck and Finn did, you discover neighborhoods, communities, and people who are hanging on to traditions that are hundreds of years old and really were the foundation and made up our country. It was just a moving, wonderful
That's really incredible.
experience.
Yeah, all right, let's try dish number 2. Here we go. What is it?
Wow.
These are absolutely delicious. Grab one.
You just doing this?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not going to be weird or
got a good shot of it,
or strange.
I like this one.
It's delicious, right? And it has bacon in it.
Again, like bacon wrapped.
Bacon wrapped jalapeno, that's calf's heart. I think it's the best muscle on the animal.
Yeah.
Well, it's very beefy. It has the best sort of steak flavor, the least amount of fat.
It's thick.
But it's actually very, very good.
It is
I'm
good.
going to finish this
There's
one.
something about the
calf's heart
trigger that is flipped when you know what it is.
All right, so you all have spoons.
It's a little spicy too.
Dig in, we'll stir that around, and
see this?
take stuff from where it's the hottest.
Okay.
Good old stew.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna squirt a little lime on there, which is really the way to have this.
All right, here we go.
This is my favorite.
Okay, I'll tell you this. Of all that we've had, this is a little more gamey than the others. I'm scared to know.
Well, I would say it's a little more organy than the others.
Oh, good.
This is a campfire chuck wagon classic called Son of a Gun stew, except they don't call it Son of a Gun.
Okay, right.
And it has all the parts. It's made with a liver broth.
I was going to say liver.
No, okay.
It has, heart and lung and kidneys and tripe in it, and it sort of fueled the cowboy on the range during the days of the great cattle drives in the 19th century.
Wow, so it's a liver dish.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It's livery.
Livery.
It's livery.
Okay.
Like lots of organs, basically.
Hey, this is actually great.
Yeah.
Before we go, we saw you had a little FaceTime with the one and only Charlize Theron.
Yes.
Can you just take us into the moment? Look at this. Are you guys? Is this a best friend shot or what?
So here's the thing, and I'm sure you can both relate to this. Charlize comes up to, we met each other in the hallway. She's being swooped by her security. I come by and she's like, oh my God, Andrew Zimmern. And I'm like, did that just really happen?
Did you just say my name right?
she's like, I'm obsessed with your show. It's just amazing what you do. And I just looked at her and I said, you're one of my heroes. You're a great actress, but your work, with AIDS in South Africa and her CTAOP Foundation is really unbelievable. Does a lot of work with the UN. I do a lot of that kind of work, and I'm on the board.
To kind of talk about.
So we kind of talked about public service and social justice and all of that. And but to have Charlize Theron tell you that she's a big fan of yours and then grab you very intimately and insist on taking a selfie is about as good as it gets. There was a lot of I said to her, I said, I hope you don't mind. I said, I'll post this picture. She says, great. I said, and you don't mind if I brag to my friends a little bit? And she said, no, absolutely not.
Well,
so that may have happened last night.
And the fact that she's a fan, it was really cool, too.
The Atomic Blonde. She's
isn't it amazing when people say to you, oh my God, I watch you all the time. You sort of can't believe that someone does that.
All right, well, Andrew, thank you so much.
Thank
you for all these things. Very great. And you guys make sure to watch Travel Channel's Bizarre Foods this Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Season premiere.
Woo-woo!
More bacon.
This is Jennifer Lawrence in People. This is Jennifer photobombing Taylor Swift, and Sarah Jessica Parker, and Liam Hemsworth. This is Jared Leto in People, photobombing Anne Hathaway, and Reese sneaking one in on Sophia and Joe. This is Dustin Hoffman, photobombing the dame herself, Judi Dench, proving that while we all love the fashion of the red carpet, it's people who steal the show. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
In this week's People, David Arquette and his wife Christina are opening up about the severe morning sickness she went through when she was pregnant with their second child together. Watch.
We were really excited about it all. About 5 weeks in, because I found out pretty early on, I started throwing up a lot.
She's like, I'm so sick. And I said, you're pregnant.
Yeah.
And she hadn't experienced that before, so it was really shocking for her.
And I think one of the worst feelings in the world is throwing up. It's just a terrible feeling, and it would not happen in the morning like they call it morning sickness. It would happen at night for me. So I would kind of get through my day feeling not the best, and then, right around dinner time, I couldn't eat anything, and after dinner, we try to get the kids to bed, and it really start. And I would be running to the bathroom, and David would be holding my hair, and he has a really terrible gag reflex. So it was like I'd be throwing up, and he'd be throwing up, and we were both throwing up, and it was just not pretty. It was not glamorous at all.
I can just picture David trying to control his gag reflex when all that was going on. The Arquettes also opening up about their desperate search for a cure for Christina's morning sickness. Check this out.
We tried every remedy. We tried, lemon water and little ginger candies and it's the seasick bands and
I wore those seasick bands
cold
around
compresses and nothing worked.
Yeah, we weren't telling people I was pregnant at the time either. So people were like, why are you wearing seasickness bands? And I'm like, not trying so hard not to be sick to my stomach all the time. And it was really tough because it really kind of caused a lot of problems for me as a mom. I couldn't, take my kid to school or put him to bed the way I, was accustomed to because I was just sick in bed and sweats all the time. And I don't think I brushed my teeth for a week because I was just so bedridden and uncomfortable, and I just felt horrible.
Christina finally found relief when her doctor prescribed Juiciest, the first FDA-approved medication to treat morning sickness. She's since become a spokesperson and says, thanks to the medication, she was able to resume her life. For even more on David and Christina Arquette and their family, pick up the latest issue of People on newsstands now.
Well, people, it's finally here. Disney Channel's highly anticipated sequel, Descendants 2, premieres tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, simultaneously on Disney Channel, ABC, Disney XD, Freeform, and Lifetime. And when some of the movie stars just stopped by the People Now studios, they filled us in on how they learned all of those dance moves. Check it out. How is it being put through a High School Musical type of boot camp with him?
It's the best. Yeah. Every morning for about a month, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., we would just dance all day long and also learn how to sword fight. Yeah, it was
all sorts of other things.
Yeah, it's a real boot camp.
Yeah. So in the boot camp, apparently they did not keep you or teach you how to prevent yourself from falling off a table during a scene. China, I hear you fell off a table. Almost fell off a table. For What's My Name, right?
You put me on the spot right there. Okay, there's a part in What's My Name where I literally have to pirate surf across this long bar.
Casual pirate surf.
And casual pirate surf. I
no big deal.
Yeah, I was in heels, so see, that's That's it. That's the part
There
right
you
there. Yeah, I
So
slipped a couple times.
I've slipped a couple times. All right, no big deal.
It's worth it though. It's so epic. It's really incredible.
It looked like a lot going on. I'm surprised that's all that happened.
Thank you so much.
Great job.
I definitely give you props. Looks like a very challenging scene. And that's not all the Descendants ladies had to say. Dove Cameron shared with us what she carried around with her on set when they were filming, and it's pretty surprising. Take a look.
Descendants is such an intense experience every time. You have to keep the energy up.
Okay.
And like if you're playing some mellow music in the morning, it's like you got to set the tone for the
All right, so early in the day, what's a go-to jam?
It depends on what her mood is. Like it's from everything. It ranges. It ranges.
I am the psycho with the speaker. It's like really heavy rap a lot of the time.
No, it honestly is.
Yeah.
Wait, we had the Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad soundtrack
that was playing the whole film. Because it kind of gave us that villain vibe.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess it would tell you what kind of mood she's in. Like, oh, we need to steer clear depending on the
so
song.
funny. Oh my God, I'm like a mess
really
on set.
Yeah, and I say this out of love. Preach, girl. Please refrain from saying things like preach or go, girl, bye, Felicia, ratchet, or any other colloquialisms that you may have heard or looked up on Urban Dictionary.
I'm not even offended. You're the best.
Thank you. Okay.
Have fun on your hashtag Black Girl Magic weekend. Girl, bye.
How great is that? A little sneak peek there from the Laugh Out Loud comedy Drillship, starring Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett Smith, Regina Hall, and Tiffany Haddish. The new film, which hits theaters today, is our Toyota People Pick of the Day. So when we caught up with star Kate Walsh, she revealed some behind-the-scenes scoop, admitting she has never had so much fun on a set before. Watch. Who were you closest to on set? Did you have
Regina, because most of my stuff
most of your
was,
scenes, right.
we're with Regina, and she's so lovely. I mean, and her dog Zeus, who she brought to set, who I got to hang out with and pet. But she was a doll, but I know Dana Latifah for a long time, many years, and she was lovely. All the girls, and Tiffany Haddish is she's gonna be a rock star. She's gonna be a household name after this movie. She's hysterical, and Jada Pinkett Smith is hysterical in it too. But Tiffany is just rocks out, and kind of this is like, it's gonna be a great showcase for her.
Girl, you can't get no infection in your booty hole. It's a booty hole.
I think I've never had so much fun on a set before, honestly. And I've done sitcoms and lots of fun projects.
Yeah, right. That's saying a lot, right?
This was just a super fun set to be on, and it's just fun to go to work and try to make people laugh.
If you drink too much of it, it's gonna have you hallucinate.
And were you in New Orleans with everyone?
Yeah,
okay,
I was.
so everything actually went there, and
oh yeah,
you went there
we
with
shot all in New Orleans, and I was going back and forth shooting that concurrently with 13 Reasons Why.
Oh my goodness!
So
Talk about the
schizophrenic.
My husband and I, we never got a note.
It was definitely a schizophrenic experience, but in a great way. It was a great relief.
King's daughters will destroy the realm.
We have an army, a fleet, and 3 dragons. We should hit King's Landing now.
Oh, that's a preview for this Sunday's episode of Game of Thrones, which is sure to be epic.
Yes, and we are all still taking in last week's season premiere. I mean, a lot happened, but we've got 3 things that we're excited to hopefully find out this Sunday night.
That is right, Andrea. Now, first off, everyone was talking about Ed Sheeran's surprise appearance in the premiere, which led to some fan backlash, but personally, I loved it.
I loved it too, and the big question for this Sunday is, will Ed Sheeran be back as a Lannister soldier? And if he's back, the even bigger question is, will Arya Stark end up killing Ed's character?
Yes, we'll have to wait and see for that. But let's move on from Arya. Let's talk about her sister, Sansa. You can see in this split screen that Sansa's hairstyle is strikingly similar to one of Cersei Lannister's looks from a few seasons ago.
Very similar. This is making us all question the idea that Sansa may be turning to the dark side. She did admit in the season opener that she learned a lot from her.
Hopefully she's not going to start killing her family.
Hopefully not.
Something crazy like that. We all love the Starks. But what do you think this new hairstyle means for Sansa? Let us know in the comments below.
Yes, and the third thing we're excited to hopefully find out this weekend is if love will bloom for badass Brienne and Wildling Tormund. Will it happen? We'll check out what Gwendolyn Christie and Nikolai Coster-Waldau had to say about a possible showmance between the characters.
It's been really overwhelming, actually, and people say to me a lot, like total strangers, they want that to happen. But as far as I'm aware, I mean, has Brienne displayed anything that says, I'm engaged with this, I really want this to happen? But I am personally enjoying watching it, and I'm very much enjoying playing it because Christopher is a hilarious person, and no one has ever made me laugh so much at work.
Really? No one?
No.
I think when you say you haven't shown anything, I actually have seen quite a bit. Yeah, I think you're egging him on. But that's just maybe just me reading into.
You're entitled to think what you like.
I know.
I'm just going to say I'm Team Brienne and Tormund.
I am as well.
Could make a cute couple.
Yes. And how can you not love it when the entire Game of Thrones fan base are shipping them as well?
I know, right?
You have to love it. All right, what do you think? Do you want to see something between Brienne and Tormund happen this season?
Yep, let us know. Leave your comments below. We might just get to them next week. And make sure to tune in to HBO on Sunday for a brand new episode of Game of Thrones.
And now we leave you with Kit Harington, a.k.a. Jon Snow, weighing in on the Brienne and Tormund romance. Take a look.
You don't expect Tormund to ever find love in Thrones. And then, of course, Brienne comes along and it's the perfect person for him. And he makes all the wrong overtures towards her. I think there's times that are ripe for comedy in this series, and that's one of them. You might find a little bit of lightheartedness in that relationship between those two.
All right, can't wait for Game of Thrones, but let's check in with Facebook Live one last time. Selena Gomez, Prince George, they're both celebrating their birthdays tomorrow. We wanted to know what your favorite thing is about the two. It's a Facebook question
Mark
today.
says Selena Gomez is gorgeous, and Nicole said, love Selena Gomez. She's so beautiful and relatable and down to earth.
Tara says Selena's made a great transition from being a child star to being her own person as an adult. A lot of people can't make the jump.
I forgot she was in Barney.
Totally, yeah, absolutely.
Well, that throwback that we did.
Yeah, huge kind of arc for her. Adrian says George is so cute, truly Diana's legacy.
Yes.
People loving them.
Both very, very cute.
Happy birthday to those two. Guys, coming up on Monday, it's J-Lo and A-Rod's birthdays next week.
Lots
Look
of
at that. Lots of birthdays. Can't wait to see if they have a joint party. We, of course, will bring it all to you if they do, and if they post about it or bring us in.
We're not invited.
Yeah, guess what? Real Housewives of Orange County star Kelly Dodd joins us live.
Yes, thanks for watching. For now, we leave with Prince George's cutest moments in honor of his birthday tomorrow. Have a great weekend.
Bye, guys.